fella, right, he was doing the alpha dogging thing. His accessory was his dog. He's like, he had an actual dog to let me know that he could bash me. I was out, right, I was walking my dog, and it was, I've got one of them ex-racing greyhounds. Have you ever met them? They're a weird fucking dog. They're a strange animal, man. Like, they're sort of ugly and spidery. They are. They've got a head like a fucking bike seat. Don't you think? Don't you think? Not a bit like one. Fucking exactly like one. Somebody definitely seen a greyhound before the bike seat were invented. We used to just put the pole up our arses until then. And then someone seen a greyhound's head and went, I can fucking sit on that for sure. I can fucking sit on that, I reckon. And he designed it. People ask you weird questions as well if you've got one. There's something about the breed that invites strange questions. Like I was out walking one day, this American lady approached me. It's always quite jarring if you meet an American person in the wild anyway, isn't it? Do you know, you feel like reality's broken when you hear the oh my God, how are you? Ah! What are you doing out of the telly? Get back in the telly! You know, there's your weird question. She was like, oh, hey, is this a rescue? Is this a rescue? I was like, no, I'm just taking it for a walk. There's your weird question. And I think that they know that they're an ugly dog as well. Because they always look sort of vaguely embarrassed about themselves. Have you noticed that? They always sort of... I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? For what I am. Like a nervousy sort of like giant spider sort of situation. So I was walking her, right? She's a nice dog. She's called Patsy, right? So we take her in the... hurtful. So I go in the dog park, right? And that's where he is, this big geezer, this big fucking, yeah. You know the big silver chain type? You know, it's all dirty and stuff. He's had it since he was 15. He's fucking big, dirty. He's got the unit shorts and the jet pilot hat and Bintang singlet. More than one Ned Kelly tattoo. Do you know what I mean? He's this kind of fucking guy. He's got them thongs on, them massive thongs from the servo. That I didn't know what they were when I first came to Australia. I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought it was some sort of flotation device. I'll be lay on that in a pool, me. It's fucking massive. It's like that. The Australian male's footwear, and he starts alpha dogging me with his dog, right? He's like, fucking have a look at my dog, bro. That's a fucking real man's dog, yeah. That's a fucking real man's dog. That's a purebred staffy, bro. And I looked down, it was purebred staffy. It had like a big red ball in its mouth. It was dribbling all over it. It had one of them spiky colours on. I was like, why have you dressed it like a gimp? I could tell his attitude had changed to the dog. He wouldn't feel the same about it. It's not a fucking gimp, bro. Yeah, it is. Kinky dog, your dog, bro. Nah, man. They make like fucking hell good guard dogs, eh? Someone comes around my house, right? In the middle of the night, right? It's all one word, that. Middle of the night. Middle of the night. You can't spell it. Middle of the night. Someone comes around my house. Fucking middle of the night. He'll fucking scare them away, eh? Like, yeah, so would a gimp. Wouldn't it? Imagine breaking into someone's house in the middle of the night. A fucking gimp appears from behind a curtain. Woof, 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 woof. Bark, bark, bow. I think there's a business venture in it, don't you think? Security gimps for your house. I reckon it's got legs as a business.
I feel like this is a good moment for me to make a bit of a confession to you guys. I've been doing a little bit of stealing lately. But everyone does it. It's at the Woolies self-serve. Yeah, because you have no idea how many women leave their babies unattended. It's just... The self-serve checkout's a weird one though. Do you ever find yourself saying thank you to that person who did fuck all for you on the way out? Isn't it? It's like, thanks so much for watching me struggle, you bitch. These self-serve checkouts though, I reckon they're the reason why kids are having sex too young. Because when I was younger, buying condoms used to take bravery. Now, nothing. The other day I was at the checkout, there was a kid next to me, maybe 15 or 16 years old. He was buying condoms and lube. Now, when I was that age, I was buying condoms in the hopes of having sex. He was planning it, and he was planning on both partners enjoying it. That's not on. I had an awkward moment at the checkout the other day though. I got to the checkout and I realised that I've reached the age now where me buying the condoms makes the checkout chick uncomfortable. And there's no way to reassure them. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to come into them. Or you can't be like, nah, keep the box, I'll wear them out of the shop.
I had a friend stay at my house recently. It's not a big deal, but it's true. And like on one of the nights that he stayed over, my girlfriend also came and stayed over. Then like the next day, my friend, he came up to me all excited. Like he was like, "What happened last night, man? What happened?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He's like, "Your girlfriend stayed over last night, man. What happened? Did you get lucky?" And I was just kind of like, "Well, yeah, man. Like we had sex, if that's what you mean, but like." This is like a 4-year relationship, you know, so I don't know if I consider it luck at this point. Like, you know, not to sound ungrateful about it or whatever, but it is kind of fundamental to why we started hanging out in the first place. And like, it seems to happen too regularly to be chance. But like, I don't know, you know, not trying to sound whatever about it or anything, but I reckon the guy was excited to hear about me having sex because he's like single. And I feel like, I don't know if this is fair, I just feel like sex when you're in a relationship is different than sex when you're single, you know? It feels less like exciting, feels less like getting lucky, you know? Like it feels less like winning the pokies and more like powering on a laptop. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you're not stoked if it works, you're just kind of annoyed if it doesn't. Not that I would say anything to the laptop, of course, because I love the laptop. I want the laptop to feel respected. But the laptop does feel comfortable airing grievances when the roles are reversed, like whatever, you know, like that's what we're fighting for as male feminists and shit. But yeah, like either way, like I just feel like getting lucky in a relationship's kind of a different kettle of fish to when you're single. Like for me, getting lucky in a relationship, something more like it's someone's birthday at my girlfriend's work, and then they serve cake and she brings home some of the cake and I get to eat it. Like that's more like getting lucky in a relationship for me. Or something like, I don't know, like we're on a long drive together and like we're listening to her phone and then her phone dies, we get to listen to my phone. Like that's more like getting lucky in a relationship.
Like, you know, I don't want to be on another spectrum, guys. Like I recently discovered that, you know, if you're autistic, you have to get a letter from your doctor that says that you can drive. Yeah, and I was wondering how are they going to police this? Like, are we going to start seeing like signs along the WA roadside like WA police are now targeting autism? Like, what are they going to test for? Like, they're going to pull you over if you're following the road rules a little bit too perfectly, you know? You know, they're going to say like, "Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir?" And they're like, "Yes, because you're a police officer." Fucking got him. Like.
No, kids are fucked. They've got heaps of issues, dude. They've got heaps of issues. They've got like this thing where they're saying that kids have got phones and they've got too many flashing images, so that's why it's like taking all the dopamine out of their brain. But I remember when I was a kid, I knew friends in the neighbourhood that their entire parent was a TV. The screen time that kid went through at a young age, right? You didn't have that kid in the neighbourhood who dragged the TV out to a party? My dad's here too. Because they talk about screen time now, but we used to watch the TV all day, every day. Dude, my dad used to flick channels at such an exceptional rate that I thought Law and Order Wheel of Fortune was one show. Kids would come over for fish and chips, they'd leave with epilepsy. Like, he would fucking shove them in the corner just because of the tartar sauce. Like, he'll be right. We started a whole epidemic in my hometown, dude, I think. Me and my dad. This motherfucker, you didn't have a dad like that? Just flick channels? Like, kids have got it easy, man. My dad's like... I'm like, "Dad, stop flicking the channels. 3 more letters, we're going to know who the killer is."
I'm going to ask a question. I can't see shit beyond the front row, so feel free to yell this out from the darkness with no repercussions. I want to talk to women who've been on the dating apps looking for blokes. What would be your key photo deal breaker? Call it out now.
Fish. Hold up a fish.
Thank you for the extra detail there. Gentlemen, what you heard was the same answer from 4 separate sources. The answer is almost always fish. Have a think. If you're on the apps and any of your photos look like presenting dead thing in hopes of affection, that's what cats do. You're offering to destroy her furniture and shit in a box. But it's bizarre, we do so much on the phones now. I'm so glad I did not encounter social media until I was an adult, because it is a minefield. Everyone here who still pays attention to Facebook, we all have the same Facebook friends. They just put different pictures on them. We all have the same archetypes. Everyone here with a functioning Facebook account has that one friend who keeps, every month or so, posts something like, I'm sick of this shit! I'm sick of being taken for granted! You know who you are! Oh, you mother. Why don't you talk to them, then? Leave the other 700 of us out of it! We don't even remember where we met you! But Instagram's the worst for mine, because Instagram is the home of the inspirationists. People who use mindfulness and fucking mean it. You know you're in trouble if you see a picture of a beach or a sunset. And if it's a beach at sunset, you're fucked, because it is always with some empty bullshit, be the youest you can. We have all heard or read bullshit like, dance like there's no one watching. Love like you've never been hurt. We need useful ones. Drive like you've had a lesson. Talk like you'll get to a point eventually. Might be good. Or my personal favourite, fuck like someone's filming. Thanks guys, enjoy your night.